Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's jump into RuPaul's Drag Race. First off, I am so sorry for being so late. Let me tell you. This past week, as many of you all know, in the South was hit with a snowstorm. We aren't really equipped for the snow like that. Many of us have been in the house for the past week. Where I am in Memphis, we were hit with a ton of snow, but thank God we didn't have the bursting pipes, the loss of power, the loss of water. I had a lot of family and friends out in Texas that did, and I really checked up on them. But I'm thankful for that. But I know y'all gonna call me a bitch. But I have a standing nail appointment every 2 weeks. I had a hair appointment. I had took my sew-in down. And bam, it snowed. I missed my hair appointment, which I did reschedule for Wednesday. Thank you, Tara. And my nail lady, once you miss a nail appointment, and so many people that week missed their nail appointment, it's extremely hard to get in with my nail tech. So I went into someone today, just random, and let them hook me up because I had broke 2 nails and I just felt busted. I didn't feel glam. I'm like, I can't get on camera going like this with nails missing. My hair, I'm working it out, the hair out to Wednesday. So I was a little bit vain, and that's what caused me to take so long to get my reviews done. Today I'm going to do Drag Race. Up next, I'm going to do Housewives of Atlanta. I still haven't even watched Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. If I get around to watching it tonight, I'll review those tomorrow. If not, it'll just be a double review next week. But I apologize for having RuPaul so late. I know a lot of people like to hear what I have to say about Drag Race. And I got some stuff to say. It's going to be quick because Candy said you were playing with her emotions, but I feel like you playing with my emotions. You are playing with my emotions, Ru. And y'all already know. Let's get into it. This week was the social media Rusical. I like a good Rusical. Some suck, some are good. I thought this was a cute little storyline for a musical, all the different social media platforms. The ladies got to pick out their own parts. Tina was the narrator of the show. The Facebook was Olivia. Foxy, I didn't get what Rose was playing. She slayed it. But what was Foxy? Was she like the pop-up porn on the internet? I didn't really understand what Foxy was, but I might rewatch it because I do like to watch reruns of Drag Race. Simone was the Instagram model. Utica was Twitter. Candy was LinkedIn, and I hate LinkedIn. Like, I have a LinkedIn account probably decades ago, back when it was cool to be on LinkedIn. And I guess I never canceled it. And people constantly find me on LinkedIn and send me friend requests, and it comes to my email. And I'm like, I tell people all the time, I don't even remember my login or none of that for LinkedIn. It's probably under my maiden name. But Candy was LinkedIn. Miss Two T's was TikTok. And Gottmik and Denali were the Russian bots. It seemed like it wasn't going to be any drama. But I'm proud of Utica for sticking. Look at Angelo. You just going to roll in all of my notes. When you see you hear all that noise. That's the dog that got on the couch and decided he wanted to roll around in all of my paperwork. I'm happy that... Look. Stop. Chill out. I'm happy Utica stuck with her guns and said, look, last week it really cost me because I let Olivia have that part that I really wanted, and she won the challenge. And Utica, you could have went home. But we ain't going to get into I ain't going to go back over to last week. So I'm proud of Utica for sticking to that, because Denali was like, I could be the tweet bird or I could be Foxy. And Rose was like, Foxy is mine. I don't know what you and Utica gonna do with the tweet bird, but Foxy is mine. So Utica stood her ground, was like, no, I'm gonna be Twitter. And so then they made the girls audition, which Rose slayed the audition. Rose is a singer. She's a performer. Let her have the part. So moving on from that, it wasn't too much drama. I forgot the read that Utica gave Miss Olivia at the beginning of the show. They were saying something, and they was like, oh, Utica, you so nice. And Utica was like, oh, you want me to be mean? Oh, I'm surprised the judges let you win with your hairline looking the fool that it looks. I was hollering. I said, Utica, yes, give me more of that. Read these bitches. Stop letting them walk over and take advantage of your kindness. So I would have personally told her, I can't believe they let you win with Candy's wig on that she had on 2 weeks ago. That would have been the read, but we're going to let that slide. So up next, Anne Hathaway popped up on my screen, and she got the fast forward. I caught the last few seconds of Anne Hathaway when someone asked for Denali, if you get the role that you really don't want, how do you go about it? And Anne told her to slay it. You shut it down. You turn it out. You make yourself the star with the role that you don't want. Okay, so let's move on. I ain't had that many notes. So overall, I agree with the judges. We get to the Rusical. Everyone pretty much did a good job. I was entertained, and it was very clear. It was crystal clear. It was water in the Grand Cayman Islands clear that Simone and Candy would be lip syncing for their lives. I really think Rose slayed the whole thing. She was in character. I didn't understand, like, why was her panties showing the whole time? Like, I just don't understand what Rose's character was, but she slayed it. Gottmik and Denali slayed those Russian bots. I honestly feel like, because I'm rewatching right now season 11. Is that the one with Silky? When it comes to these Rusicals, that last part at the end of the Rusical is usually a little 30-second part. People like, I ain't in the whole thing and I only come out, I want to. Whoever has that last little spark at the end of these Rusicals, they're usually the ones who are on the top and wins it, because we're bored. Like, usually all the people who did bad are like, I don't know. And usually when at that very end, you're looking for something to rev the entertainment back up. Those Russian bots did that. To me, Gottmik was playing herself. Like, the character Gottmik did for the Russian bots, the makeup, hair, and everything, it was the same character she did on the runway when she had the bags and the seatbelts across her chest. You know, it was the same face and character she did when she had the little black dress over her private parts. I didn't feel like Gottmik was doing anything fresh or new, but do you, girl. Win the challenge. If you're not an actress, do you. Don't be doing something opposite. Oh, I feel like I want to show the judges range. If you ain't got the range, don't do it. So I really did think Gottmik and Denali brought a breath of fresh air. Everyone who had a cardboard box bored me. Like, Utica didn't do all that with the Twitter. She got the words, but her choreography was sloppy, and it looked like, I forgot the choreographer's name. It looks like he dumbed it down for her. Like, because what she was doing in the beginning is not what she did on that stage. Candy and Simone, bottom two. And Miss Two T's, she could have been in the bottom two, but she danced. But I didn't like what she did with TikTok. I felt like they missed the mark with TikTok. The only thing they got was, Mom, I'm making a TikTok. You know, that's the only thing. But let's move on to the runway. It was something yellow. This is another one. When Ruth said it, I didn't I didn't get it. I was like, what's the runway? I see Olivia in yellow. It wasn't until the second person came out and it was like, okay, yellow. We doing yellow this week. Make the names easier for me to get. Rude. Or I could have just not been paying attention. But these aren't in order because I didn't go back to rewatch and take notes. I wrote everything down off the dome. Up first is Rosé. She did The Mask, Jim Carrey. Michelle was like, girl, why are you orange? I didn't see the orange. It looked mustard yellow to me. But her yellow was much darker than the other yellows on the stage. I liked it. I thought it was a cute twist to go to The Mask. When I saw the green face, I was like, yes. Olivia, all I gotta say is, come on, puff sleeves. I want those puff sleeves. Like, bitch, I would wear that with a tank top and some jeans and throw on my puff sleeves. Olivia, yes, that was a yes, ma'am. I loved it. Tina was a taxi cab, and I just wasn't here for it. I didn't like, I feel like we seen you do your Ode to New York. I didn't like the taxi cab. I didn't like the big things on the titties. I did like the black hair for a change. I'm happy you did not wear orange hair. Miss Two T's was a taxi cab. I didn't like hers either. Hers was a little bit sexier. I didn't like the wig. She stayed with this blown in the wind wig in every color. The taxi cab didn't do it for me. And then she had the nerve, the audacity to say her fare was $100,000. Girl, after tonight, Elliot, you need to understand that you're next. Ru is just waiting for you to mess up so you could be in the bottom two and go home. That's the only reason he didn't send Candy home tonight. If Candy would have been in the bottom two with Elliot, Elliot would have left. And we wouldn't have had no Shantae, you both stay. I'm about to get upset, but let's move on. Simone. All I saw was boy. I love you, Simone. You are one of the best contestants to walk the runway with fashion, with something fresh and fashion in a long time. I usually love everything you do, but I'm over the boy. You're starting to be like Gottmik, where you just throw something on and come down and you forget about the illusion. It's not about the face, it's also about the body. You don't have that natural feminine body of Gottmik to where she can get away with it a little bit more, because she might not need to be cinched, because it is what it is. She was born female. Simone, you do. You have legs for days. You have skin like butter, beautiful skin. But sometimes, to me, when you put on them suspenders with no breasts and just a fur, I said, that's a boy. And the illusion wasn't there. Candy gave me lemonade. I appreciated it. Candy, you look good. You wasn't in your bra and panties. I felt like you should have left the flowers out of your hair, and where was your bat? You love to be angry any other time. Where was your bat twirling your bat? Gottmik was a crash test dummy. I'm going to say this here. It's too much. It's like that season of Madonna's all over again, where everybody is wearing something that someone else has already worn. So the ha of it, like, ooh, yes, it's missed, because it's like, bitch, we just seen this 2 weeks ago. Hell, 2 ladies just did it this runway. And the judges haven't said anything about it. Gottmik, your crash test dummy was better than Denali's. It was the ponytail for me. The latex ponytail for me. I liked it, Gottmik. Utica took me back to high school with that. I know she said it was a period piece, whatever century, but it reminds me of high school, back when I had the snatched waist and the hips. I'm going to get it back. But it reminded me back of the 90s when we used to wear our bodysuits and our overalls, and the waist was snatched. So you have your snatched waist in your bodysuit, and you have your overalls on. And the overalls were oversized, because, the 90s was about oversized. So your waist would kind of do that back and forth as you walked because the overalls were so big. I was like, oh, Utica, I love it. I love it. I love the way Utica interprets the challenge. Like, it just took me back. Like, she wasn't trying to take me back to high school, but that, I didn't think period piece. I said, bitch, that's what I used to wear walking up and down the halls. The snatch waist with my overalls, swishing back and forth. Who was last? Denali, you another one. We saw the snake before, and your snake was not better than Lala Ree's. Your headpiece was better. But Lala Ree slayed it when it came to snakes, so it was a no man. And let's move on. So, who was in the top? The tops were the two robots and Rose. Rose clearly won. I felt like Gottmik really didn't have to be in the top, but I guess you can't have one robot up there without the other. Gottmik didn't do anything to deserve to be in the bottom or safe, but it was clear that Candy and Simone were in the bottom. They just have two left feet. They can't sing. They were intimidated by the challenge. And what I don't understand, when they went action for that lip sync, they performed. Now they ain't do nothing. They didn't do no Shantae You Both Stay performance. Let's get that clear. But they turned it on. They gave it personality. They gave it life. And why can't you do, even if you don't, I don't understand the rhythmlessness of it all when you just did it for your lip syncs. It might be a mental thing, just like I'm not a singer, I'm not a performer like this. I like to lip, like maybe it's something I don't know, but they were clearly the bottom two. Somebody had to be in the bottom three with them. I wouldn't have personally put Tina down there. Now I saw what they were saying because I caught it on the episode, like Tina is playing dead, but her song's still going. But hey, but to me, Tina, being the narrator of the show, I thought she carried it. Like when they announced Tina, when they did the first 6, I thought Tina was going to be in the top 3, and then Gottmik was just going to be in the bottom because maybe her energy didn't match Denali's. I don't know. But I never would have put Tina in the bottom just for that. But that's what it is. So let's get to the lip sync. Some Fifth Harmony song, I don't recognize it. And the one thing I hate about when I don't recognize the song is that I don't recognize the emotion that they should be carrying with the song. To me, every time Candy lip sync, she lip syncs angry. She's always punching. She's looking like a scorned lover, like, man, you just cheated on me, fuck you. You know, that's how Candy lip syncs. She did her cute Eureka kick. I feel like whenever Candy doesn't know the words, she hits the floor and starts rolling. I don't know why Ru loves it so much. I don't know why we have to watch this another time. I feel like she's going to be in the bottom just next week. Like, you just want to see her bomb and snatch game. Is that what it is, Ru? You want to see Candy bomb? Because I don't see Candy. I can't imagine what character Candy is going to play that's going to make her safe in the snatch game. Unless she just says ignorant shit and Ru laughs and keeps her safe. I don't know. She might fool me. We ain't seen snatch game yet. Simone is going to give you a sassy lip sync. She's going to give you and then she's going to sashay back and forth, you know, a little Broadway across the stage. She ain't giving you too much more than that. She ain't going to split, death drop, arch, twerk, none of that. But I think her confidence and just the way she emotes a song, if it's the right emotion or not, that's my fault for not knowing what the song was. Simone won it for me. Simone won it for me. Because I don't understand how Tina is in the bottom because she died while her song was still going. She didn't continue to lip sync. But the camera caught Candy twice standing there not moving her lips when the song was going in a lip sync for your life. But then she cries to Rue, because Rue did tell her to take her ass home. "I thank you so much. You taught me how to be myself." Like, you've been being a bitch the whole time. What else have you shown us? And I don't dislike Candy, because in those humble moments, when Candy is open to learn and isn't talking a whole bunch of bullshit, I like Candy. But Rue, this was her time to go home. I feel like if you like her so much, do her like Vanjie, do her like Shangela, bring her back on another season. But it was time for Candy to go home. She could have came back for All Stars, but it was time for Candy to go home. If you disagree, get in the comments. I've seen some people who disagree with me on Twitter. Most of us do not. We said it was time for that bitch to go home. I don't mean to call you a bitch, Candy. You ain't did nothing to me. But I feel like, ladies, if you were watching this, because all of y'all was like, "Oh, Candy get to stay, yay." If I was you ladies, I would be pissed, and this would let me be warned. Rue likes Candy. Candy is not going home. Rue is just waiting for y'all to fall in the bottom two with Candy or without. She's staying. I can see Candy staying to at least the top 5. At least. Be warned. Miss Two T's, be warned. As soon as you hit the bottom, you out. I don't care what you dance to. He could have sent Tina home if he just wanted to save Simone and Candy. I don't know, but that's it, y'all. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. On Twitter, I learned next week we getting a COVID episode. I don't want to see it. Rue, we lived through COVID. We are currently living through COVID. I don't need to see y'all sit up and talk about COVID and wearing these masks that we clearly don't see y'all wear on TV for an hour. I want to see the Snatch Game. Do a little COVID thing 20, 30 minutes after the episode. I want to see the Snatch Game. Anyway, get in the comments. I'll see y'all later. I guess in 2 weeks, because I'm not reviewing the COVID special at all. All right. Like, comment, share. Talk to y'all later. Bye.